Okay, so last video we looked at how to put a quadratic equation in standard form into vertex form. You can see that on the right here. And the vertex form will tell you our vertex, okay, but we can infer from there whether we've got a max or min based on this sign, meaning I'm going to open down. This will be a maximum value at -2, positive 27. So, in order to find the x-intercepts, we don't really get the x-intercepts from vertex form. We can get them from standard form by factoring it and solving it for 0. The key concept is that at the x-intercepts, if I were to draw a graph here, I'll do that in red, at the x-intercepts here and here, both of those points happens at when y equals 0. They occur when y equals 0. Okay, so that's important to note. So what we're going to say is 0 will equal y, and then we're going to factor this. Okay, in order to factor, first step I want to look for, is there a common factor? And there is in this case. It's a 3. So I'm going to factor out a -3, and that's x squared plus 4x and minus 5. Now that I've got this, let's continue. -3. And now the goal here is to find a number that will multiply to -5 and add to 4. Those numbers are, let's see, how about 5 and -1, and 5 and -1. So let's write that down. We're going to use a simplistic form for this and just go right to the answer, because once again we assume that you know what you're doing. This is basic, and so that's x minus 1, and we just kind of review -5, 5 minus 1 is 4, and the x squared. Very good. So now that I'm at this point, when I've got a factored expression, I've got -3 times quantity x plus 5 times quantity x minus 1. So if this equals 0, and if this equals 0, the entire right side will equal 0. So let's just set, okay, x plus 5 equal to 0, and of course that's an easy solution. X equals -5, okay, and the other one, x minus 1, equals to 0, and that solution is x equals 1. So I've got two solutions, okay, which is often the case with quadratics. Two solutions. Solution A, or solution 1, is x equals -5. This corresponds to the point -5, 0. And another solution B, x equals 1. This corresponds to the point of 1, 0. Let's look at some properties here, okay? These are important, okay, because it'll help us out. The property is that I know from the last video that the vertex occurs at -2 and 27. So the nice thing is that the vertex point, okay, right here, okay, should be always equidistant from zeros. Okay, I'll say that vertex is equidistant from the zeros or x-intercepts. Okay, so if I were to average the two 0 values, I'm going to get -4/2, which is -2, and I see that this matches up with that. Okay, that's one property that you can always verify with.